You are now live.
Live and on camera. It's Friday night.
I thought you were going to say it's Candid Camera.
No, I said that last time. I put my teeth incorrectly. Hi, Instagrammy. How the hell are you?
Good to see you, everyone.
Holy smokes. Here we go. Another week has come to a close.
Happy March.
And yeah, I know. Happy March is right. February seemed like about 4 months, didn't it?
It did.
It was a long month, but a good month as far as moving forward.
Yeah, for being the shortest month of the year, a lot happened.
Yeah, we got a lot
Some
of good
bad,
setup.
but more so a lot of good stuff
Yeah,
happened this past month.
a lot of stuff business-wise, which
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know us, Instagram. We're constantly working, constantly moving. We're like the Energizer bunnies.
It's just, we're in production. That's all. We're moving.
Speaking of which, I officially wanted to announce that last time I said that I'm going to be in the parade, but I recently got confirmation. It's official. Tyrannosaurus Studios coming to the North Haven Memorial Day Parade this May.
That's a good.
I think May 24th, Saturday, May 24th this year. So if you're in the area,
exciting.
We'll be going on by in the Dynamobile.
I know, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I get to wave like the Queen. How she used to wave, right?
Philip.
Oh, Philip. Get your bum in the wagon. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. And it'd be nice to honor Pa, Howard, all our veterans. So important.
If
not forget.
If for those out there who did serve or know someone that serves, whether it be grandparent, parent, brother, sister, or even niece, nephew, anyone who serves, thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service. We couldn't be free without them.
Yeah.
They're on the watch, and I appreciate that because that's what allows us to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Try to stay away from a lot of the bullshit. Keep yourself focused, and keep it moving forward because there's a lot of bullshit.
Speaking of positivity things,
Yay!
a little bit of Reese's Pieces.
He's got so big.
Tonight.
We look back. You look back from we got him almost 2 months.
Yes,
right.
Next week is 2 months.
And God, he's grown in so many ways. Has he grown? And he's able to reach things, get out of things, stuff you thought that was
Oh yeah,
scapegoating.
Funny story for everyone out there. And what we have recent currently is he does not like to sleep in the kennel. He likes to see people and be near them. It just helps him sleep better. So I got a fairly sized playpen for him that he's had since we brought him home, and he sleeps in that during the night. And last night, my mother and I awoke to find out he got out of the playpen. He figured out how a zipper works.
Yes, he did. He's very smart. He is very smart. He learns very quickly, and
he uses that in good and bad ways.
That's it. Yeah. Well, his eyes are still so human, though. It's amazing. I'm very full of love. With having him in the home.
I am
because
too.
I definitely missed Coco.
I did
when she had gone.
I did too.
It makes a huge difference.
Little fuzzy.
And he really is good. They sleep a lot. The puppies, old people like me. You want to take a nap.
My mom and I just found out the other day. Actually today. What's going on over there?
I dropped Dino. I said, "Oh shit!" Give me the old karate chop.
My mother and I learned from experts today that puppies, especially at Reese's age, he's gonna be 5 months.
Yes, he'll be 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 4 months right now, but apparently puppies who are 4 months old, they can sleep up to 18 to 20 hours in a day. 18 to 20 hours of sleep. And I said,
being able to get that in. But the hours the hours he's up, he's nonstop.
No,
he's
it's
constant.
Go.
It's constant trouble. Yeah. He gets the zoomies. That's kind of fun. I kind of enjoy that. And so they work pretty hard. He loves to ride in the car, which I love. He loves to look at the birds. We go look at the birds, the seagulls and stuff like that. It's relaxing. It's like ASMR. You know what I mean? But he's a good boy. But you got a lot of things coming up. I've got a lot of things coming up. A lot of stuff going on in business.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. You know, you just got to keep throwing it out there. You know, two of the things.
Got to scooch in here.
Two of the things, yeah. Either you're cut off or I get cut off. Let me be cut off. Who the hell wants to look at this?
As long as Tank's in there.
Anywho.
You don't want to block him.
There you go. You know, you have your Etsy page, right? And you're going to go through a list of things that you have there. But
yes,
one of the things that I really enjoyed, because you'll have a book eventually coming out.
Yes.
It
is coming out. It is coming.
For kids. It doesn't have to be for kids.
I just wanted to say, because I know that people are like, "Where drop the stuff already?" It's like I promise it is coming. Haven't forgotten. It's just when you're a small business and you're one person doing it, it's got to juggle like doing the marketing, got to juggle the merch store, got to juggle the website, and father of puppy.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot.
Audition stuff and.
But you've done a lot. How's that going with auditions? We gotta look up like auditions in Connecticut. Anybody out there know of anybody that does auditions within Connecticut? They have like casting networks and
couple big
backstage.
projects recently. Couple big projects actually just recently finished. They closed their submissions. And now's the waiting game, as all of my voice acting friends know. The waiting game of did I or did I not get cast in the role? So
I want to be in a commercial.
We'll see. You said you want to be in a commercial.
I did that again. I
poor Dino.
Whatchamacallit? I do. I want to be in a commercial. I'd love it for it to be for Nike, NFL, WNBA, you name it. I would love it to be. And again, I have a great pitch for them. I'm thinking about just putting out my thing. I've tried every avenue. I'm thinking about just having a picture, putting it out. Hey, if it has the Nike swoosh and stuff, Nike, I've asked you 2,500 times to, get back to me. And I'm just going to put it out there, my idea. And then you guys can let me know. I'll have everything. You'll understand it once you see it, especially if you're my age. A woman, you played sports, and your career could only go so far. You'll understand it as soon as you see it. It's just I would have liked Nike to be involved, and you can't get a hold of anybody. Nobody wants. Everybody, probably because they work for Nike. It's like, here's a small little peon of a lady.
Probably.
Move away, little canat. But I don't feel like a canat. Give me an opportunity to come in with my fly swatter and let me, just say my pitch and be done with it.
Plus, it doesn't help matters that, especially those who are actually trying to promote themselves and their businesses. If you are a small business owner or you're an entrepreneur looking for a job, to be hired and contracted, it's difficult now because has anyone else noticed an influx in spam calls?
Oh my God, it's brutal.
It's gotten ridiculous.
I left my phone downstairs. Oh no, it's on my phone.
Today they changed their usually it pops up spam risk, but I've got business to attend to. I don't want to just assume that it's somewhat and hang up.
No, it says United States or something.
But I picked up and I
don't answer any of them.
And it said, please do not hang up. It like they added that into their thing. It's like I'm gonna hang up. Don't you worry.
You know who's gonna be, and the thing is when you're small business, I mean you really have to you reach out 1,000 times to people, right?
Yeah.
And people
sometimes feels like I'm screaming into a void.
Why can't people just get back? I don't get it. Just get back to somebody. It shouldn't take... It's interesting because, you use a lot of local businesses to do some of your, for your business. You don't go to the big mainstream people. No. It's like, hey, let me stay within town. Anything I'm going to spend within my business, I'm going to keep it within, a small retail situation. And yet nobody wants to do the same. No. But I found it that way too. When I had my own business, I really did. But it should be somewhat easier.
You would think, especially with how easily people are able to connect. No, I think there's just so much going on at once. There's too much going on.
Yeah, but I just think that, I mean, there's certain people, let's say you use them, like me, for instance. I've used them since you were a baby. Now comes the time where you could, collaborate with them. And, I had them every year from when you were 1. You saw the pictures because I actually showed it to you.
Yeah.
Till you were, 13, probably, I cut it off. And they can't, the person who answered the phone, I swear, I didn't talk to them, but I'm telling you, it was the owner. Why can't they get back to you? Why they got to play the runaround and be like, it just say, look, we do, it's not that hard.
And sometimes there's a lot of anonymity of like, oh, well, I can't disclose that. Or, well, sometimes it is warranted, and there's like an NDA agreement that you have where you can't give people's information away. But at the same time, it's like,
no, but you're just asking a question. Yeah, that's all. Do you collaborate with designers for your business? Do you hire local contractors or freelancers or whatever it's called in your business? Do you hire them to create a product that obviously you use? They have all different kinds of products. I think that they could go with you. I just think people it's tough. People don't care. I wasn't going to say that, but it's the truth. People don't give a shit about anything unless it has to deal with what their business is. That's what it is. And I think that's wrong. Whereas, and it should be easier because there is social media, is what I'm saying. When there wasn't social media and I was in business, you had to rely upon the Chamber of Commerce, the people within, your social realm. You had to go, God, I went to different marketing groups, different talks, different, they had it on different nights, like a Tuesday, Thursday, women in business and stuff like that. They probably have it all online now. You probably, but rather
like a
than
Zoom call.
rather than gather and meet, and it's like, I think locally people should be able to, not only locally being not just the town that you're in, but I mean the state that you're in, should collaborate with one another. Hey, what do you do? Here's what I do. Here's what if I see somebody, let's say on TikTok, who's from Connecticut,
yes,
I'm going to respond because that's where I live. There's not a time that I don't respond.
Nice to see Connecticut get a shout out from time to time on TikTok.
You know what I mean? I mean, if they put Connecticut or they say Connecticut, whatever, I'm always responding.
Great networking opportunity.
Well, not only that, represent.
Yeah, represent.
Right?
CT.
I mean, we are the New England states. We're tough. We've been known to kick people out of certain areas. That's just the way we are. But anywho, we have great things coming up for April with the hope of God.
Yes.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I can't believe it's our Ash Wednesday was the other day, and here we are in Lent.
When's the Easter this year? I
don't know. Grandma was going to look. I forget. Well, it's got April, definitely. It's 40 days of Lent, so.
Oh.
Okay.
So yes.
So we got a little while to go, but geez, Louise, thank God we're out of February. I'm looking forward to daylight savings time. That's coming up. I think this weekend, right?
Yeah. Sunday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. Is it Saturday
I think
into
it's
Sunday or Sunday into Monday?
No, it's Saturday into Sunday because everybody be late for work. They use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
They'll give you an extra. But so you'll have a little extra light.
But you'll lose an hour.
Yeah.
For one day.
I could care less about any of, that. I mean, do I think that's ever going to change? People are always like, why doesn't that change it? It was meant for certain reasons at certain times.
Yes.
And it probably won't. Not that it'll probably get changed on that. I mean, it's been like that forever. I mean, I get it. I thought this winter blew by.
I thought so.
Me personally. The holidays were an absolute blur. And, I just think that, holy cow, here we are. That length of... It seems awfully dark out.
Yes.
seems shorter to me
than it does when it's later out.
You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, we only got him in January.
Yeah, I know.
So we can't say, well, it's because of, you know.
No.
It's because of him. It just seemed to have gone
in general.
by. Yeah.
Well, it's probably because we're primarily busy.
We've had so many things that have happened. Jesus. Unbelievable.
Do you want to specify exactly what we have in store coming up?
No, I think I can't wait to. I'll share.
Leave it as a surprise?
Yeah, I do. I could say something big for me personally. Well, it's big for you too, but it's much more your realm than my realm.
Yeah,
but
I'm more
still
comfortable doing
Yeah,
it.
but I'm still excited to explore. To explore that.
I am. I'm excited for you too.
I mean, just
I'm glad I gave you that push.
Yeah, just to see what it's like, and I think
but
once that's done.
But we will have to give a shout out.
Oh, I'm gonna reveal it, and I don't know.
Now.
I don't know how many people. Nah, I don't know how many people will even view this, but
let's pretend like we're gonna have 100 million viewers.
Yeah, but
that's what I say every time.
If you want me to reveal the item that I want to pitch to Nike and just put it out there without, because Nike, I don't know how else to do it the right way to get their attention. Let me know. That's all. Just write in the comments. I don't care if there's 4 people and 4 people said, yeah, let it fly, let it go. I mean, what do I have to lose? Really? Are they going to lock me up in the po-po?
If anything, they'd have a reason to reach out.
I'd be like, what the hell? I mean, I've done everything I can to get a hold of Nike. It kind of pisses me off, though, because, here we go again. You support their product forever. Forever. And you can't, I understand the first time you call somebody, you're not going to get, and it's a humongous corporation. I get it. I'm not a WNBA star or anything like that, so I'm a nobody. So they're like, screw it. People say, oh, they'll connect, and then they connect on, like, LinkedIn, and then they don't get back. I even got back to that guy, like, 3 times,
Yeah.
And it's like...
Nothing.
Because I'm a nobody. You bet your sweet ass if
That's
I was like if I was Asia Wilson or somebody else, Courtney Williams or any one of the girls in the WNBA, I bet your ass they'd be, The
response would already be typed.
That's not fair. How do you know I don't have like your next $1 million project? You don't know. I do. That's why I'm saying reach out. You know what I'm saying?
You heard her, Nike.
Like the same thing with you, with Crocs, with your, with everything that you're creating to put on Etsy and what have you. I would love to see more people go over there. I get it. Like, everybody's super busy. Everybody's kids doing something or whatever. You're involved in all kinds of stuff. But again, local business... looking for ideas to get for parties, birthdays, holidays, you have plenty of options with him. I skipped what I was going to say. My number one thing that I loved, because you're going to have a book to come out of yours, was the bookmark.
You like the bookmark?
I really like the bookmark. And I don't know why that's not like a humongous hit. Especially, do kids not read books anymore? Is it just... I'm dead serious. Is it all on Audible?
Well, probably it's all, like, Audible, sure, but also probably, like, it's on an iPad, I had a Kindle way back in the day.
Yeah, no, but we go into, like, Barnes & Noble still. I'm Miss Motivation and business stuff. There's tons of kids' books.
I see kids in there, yeah.
Right?
And I see
kids' books. Like, you should contact Barnes & Noble. See if they... whatchamacallit. If they sell, they're a little bit bigger of a conglomerate. I'm staying away from all these big hoes. I am. That are just hogging all the pudding. I mean, I am. I wish there were more mom pop stores. I said that in another live.
You did say that.
Where you could
talked about it in general.
Where you could just run in, get something, and you didn't have to rely upon these big stores for anything.
Right.
I know it's easy, but it was never easy for us. We didn't have easiness.
To get up, go into a car, and drive. Well, sometimes you didn't even drive.
No,
sometimes
we rode
you walked
a
or biked.
Yeah.
That's too much work.
To the end
I
of the street.
I could just sit on my couch and click the mouse and buy a bulk of it.
I don't know. I was never like a huge fan of like any of the eats things. How do you know they don't tamper with shit?
Listen.
That's just me.
Listen, no,
that's just me.
No,
if you
listen,
like it, do you?
One thing that made it so I'd never want to do Uber Eats or something like that is whatchamacallit. There was this picture. It was from some time ago now, and it was like, ew, that's a great point. It's like, oh man, I hope that's not someone's order isn't in there. It was someone with an Uber Eats bag, and they were in a bathroom stall with it.
Oh, see, that's what I mean.
And I'm like, oh, no.
No, that's what I mean. I can't do it.
No thanks.
Now, when it comes to food,
I'll do it myself.
They'll be like, well, you go to a fast food restaurant or, a restaurant. A regular restaurant, it's like, I guess people could,
spit
in the food or do whatever. But I don't know. You would think that they would be a little more controlled as far as having a manager around.
Right.
When somebody has your bag,
and they can drive anywhere they want.
I don't want any of my meals in somebody's bathroom stall.
Yeah, no.
I'll keep it warm for you.
And speaking of bathroom stall, great segue. Because you've been talking about the merch for. You okay?
Yeah, he's got to touch. He's got to touch.
Touchies.
Yeah, he's got to touch me.
Where you were talking about my merch before.
Hi, baby.
And I wanted to say to everyone who's watching, if you haven't seen my Instagram page already, or if you're on LinkedIn over there, I've posted on my story the past few days, and I also made a post in general on my Instagram account that is announced that from March 4th until the 11th, so you have 4 more days after today, I'm holding a half-off sale for as a belated birthday sale for everybody, because my birthday was on the 24th of February.
Yeah,
I finally figured out how all that works.
That is a great deal to take advantage of.
So everything that's on there, everything you've probably heard me talk about to death by this point, such as dad caps, camo dad caps, lanyards if you for your keys, and the coffee cups, to name a few items. Also kids hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, masks, the bookmarks, a plethora of things that's currently available in the Tyrannosaurus Studios merch store is half off for a limited time. So if you would like to support a small local business for half the price, or if you had an eye on one of the products for a little bit and you're like, I think I'll hold off. Now is your chance. Because who knows when I'll put a next sale into effect.
Yeah, it was nice that you did that. Yeah. I like the drawing and what have they. Yeah. People should be jumping on that kind of stuff.
Oh, and also another thing.
Who's got a birthday coming up?
Another thing that I wanted to announce is
whose little kid likes dinosaurs? Whose father likes dinosaurs? Whose mother likes dinosaurs? Whose mother likes coffee? Who can't?
She does.
Who can't love a coffee cup? And they're reasonable.
Yeah,
especially
half off.
It's a great gift.
And present. Also, this is not a limited offer, and I don't know if this is made clear or not. But just to answer anyone's questions who are curious and saw the bit about getting a 20% off coupon code with every order that you make. That is not a limited time offer. That will be with every sale going forward until next time rolls around. And you can get 50% off during this sale from, again, March 4th to March 11th, so ending soon. It'll be, you think it'll, I got time. Then it's like March 10th at like 11 o'clock at night, like, oh no.
March is going to go by quick. February, not so quick, but watch how quick March goes by.
But if to really stack up on the the savings, you can buy a 50% off item now and also get a 20% coupon for another item of your choice later on. So it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, that's great.
As a birthday gift from me to all of you, because I can't thank you all enough for all of the support that you've given me and my business so far.
And I look at your, I ask about the algorithm. You know what I mean? We're on live, a lot of different lives. Just check out, here's the thing. Just check out what he has, right? Check it out.
Share it.
And share it. And think about,
If you per se aren't interested in buying an item, that's totally okay. Not everyone likes dinosaurs or green. It goes well with my eyes.
You know whose kid likes dinosaurs? I'd love for you to reach out.
Who's that?
You should actually send him a cup. Spencer Pratt. The kid that lost his house out in L.A. there, or the Palisades.
Yeah.
He loves dinosaurs, the littlest one.
Yeah.
He's always reading a dinosaur book. You should either send him out a mug or a bookmark of some kind. They lost everything. You know what I mean? But, people should share stuff like that. Like I said, local... I'd be asking. That's just me.
And also on top of all that... As a small business owner, some services that I can provide to you range from graphic design, web design, brand design, logo design, character design, motion graphics, voice acting for any film, TV show that you may have. So I especially love working with indie developers because there's so many talented people out there. So many talented people just trying to make a living and get their ideas out to big businesses, and I'm totally blanking on the word, but it's like, what is it? It gets picked up by a company. Is that what I'm...
Endorsed?
Not endorsed, but a company's like, hey, we'll air your show on our platform.
Oh.
That kind of thing. It gets picked up, basically. Yeah. It gets greenlit.
Series.
Oh, that's it, yeah. It's greenlit, picked up. I love working with indie creators. Video games, too. And even business voicemails. If you have a small business yourself and you need someone who can help you out with your company voicemail and your phone tree, I can help you. I'm more than happy to help.
And anybody wants a 1-800 service for me, hi, how are you? Just kidding. I don't know. I thought I'd throw it in. How you doing?
Oh.
I'm like that lady, the old lady with the ironing board. Back in the day, they had a commercial. I think it was on the Super Bowl, actually. One of the commercials, and she'd go, hi, baby. Yes, hello. And then they showed her, and she has like a cigarette in her mouth, and she's ironing like clothes, and she's in like these dumpy, frumpy outfits.
Oh,
but like her voice is like spot on, like a 1-800.
Oh, like one of those, like
it's like a sex
kind of those kind of numbers
call.
Where they
yes, you're very hot. Ooh.
Yeah,
and she's like.
That's great comic.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a good commercial. Like, yeah, that's actually what it is. You know, they think they got somebody. Oh Lord,
it's the real deal.
Yeah. So no, I won't do those, but it would be that'd be hilarious.
Oh,
can you see me doing
that? Yeah, that. I did want to say a couple other people that I've been looking to reach out to, and I have reached out to actually. A couple of people that I've been reaching out to. Always reaching out to a plethora of museums. If you have a local museum nearby or you know someone who works there, anything of that kind, I'd love to get in contact with them to discuss with them about especially if dinosaurs, because, kind of a special area of interest of mine.
Yeah.
And I've also, I reached out to my girl, Ariana, reached out to Cynthia. I'd love to talk with the two of them. Did you all see them in the Oscars?
Oh, my God. Have we talked about that?
No. This is the first live.
My
great segue.
God. That's a great segue. Oh, my God. Blubbering.
Did you all see the Oscars?
Blubbering.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it and you're...
I don't think there's anybody who has not seen it up to now.
This woman here who's as tough as a rock was brought to tears every time she watched it. Every time you watch it.
Every time. And even when I watch somebody else watching it
and
crying,
emotional.
I get emotional. Their voices, that's a duet. That's like I said to you, it's generational. That moment was the Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk moment. It was the same feeling, like, holy shit, what are we watching? Kind of deal.
And just think, they have another movie coming out later this year.
Their voices blend. They're so incredibly talented.
And they're such good friends.
And their friendship, I wish I had a friendship that was that, like, you know, I mean, you could tell that they got each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. In the same business. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends. Not like I don't have friends. And I have very good friends. But I'm saying it's a certain... To be at that top of the game, you can't just have anybody. You have to have somebody else who's in it and at the top of the game just like you are. And I just adore their friendship. They're both funny. God, they're tiny.
They're both very short, yeah.
What am I going to do when I finally hit it big? I'm screwed. With this face, I'd have to, like, do, I don't know. I'd have to do some kind of... What could I do exercise-wise? Nothing that's going to make me spin. I mean, did you see what she did to prepare for that role?
Yeah.
Cynthia? Oh my God.
I'd love to give that a try myself.
Well, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I could do that back in the day. You know, we kind of hung from wires at the zip line in...
that was fun.
Vegas.
And Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, but I think the one in Vegas, I thought, well, I don't know. Which one did you like better?
I think that's a good question.
The Vegas one had an abrupt ending.
Mohegan Sun's one was, I think, taller, or at least it seemed taller, just because it was from the very top of the building. Right. Yeah. You had to go all the way down into, like, the forested area. Yeah, I remember. It was heavy.
Yeah, it was.
But the one in Vegas, which was Slapzilla, that was pretty cool, solely because it was over the Strip.
Yeah, over the Strip.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that the Strip?
Yeah, that's old. That's downtown Vegas.
Because that was pretty cool.
Where everything you go right through the tunnel. I remember, I've been to Vegas 15 times. There was never that tunnel where you have all the, the graphics and stuff. It was just, the street. Now it's all animated and they got zip lines through it and, naked people and, it's strange.
Is that part of the attraction?
It was never like that before.
Or is that just someone who's...
Las Vegas got to take it one step above, like, New York. Like, I remember the days in New York where they never had characters or pose with a picture or none of that.
Let's not forget that I don't know if I shared this story, but she's talking about characters. If you haven't been to New York before, there's characters that go around in Times Square, and it's like being at a Party City version of Disney World, just because the costumes are very poorly made and they're not authentic, and they're like, I don't want to say scammers, but people who just want to try and get money from you to be like, take a picture, give me your money.
What's that called? Not busing, buskers. I don't know. I forget. There's a certain name for what they do because they have somewhat a talent. It's not quite.
Sorry,
it's
I'm
not
paying attention to the otter.
I know
here.
it's what's ASMR.
The
for
otter.
Anybody that wants it. See, he's going to do the other half of the 1-800 line, right? Yeah. But the characters are horrendous. But what they do is they make you pay the money.
No, I know. So that's why they do it.
They'll grab, like they grabbed you.
Yeah, no, they swarmed me.
To take a picture.
They swarmed me, and I was...
Yeah, you didn't know, and I ended up having to pay, I
every
took a quick picture.
Person.
Right. And now what do I live in New York, so I just say piss off.
Yeah, here.
You know what I mean?
They
don't even come
close
anywhere near me. But everybody's got a gig, and that's okay. But don't push it on people.
Yeah.
Don't
force yourself upon others.
But Las Vegas does. They they up it a notch for sure.
Well, especially since Times Square. Listen, New York, I'm still very upset that you decided to get rid of your Toys R Us.
I think they're there now. Well, they're there. It's smaller. Doesn't have the Ferris wheel anymore.
That was the best.
Yeah, and best. I don't know if they have the Lego. They had a dinosaur.
They did. It was a Lego. I think it's a Lego dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was very cool. If you've been there, tell us all about your memories and your experience there.
Yeah.
But it was because of that whole hiccup where they went out of business. Oh, just kidding. We're not going out of business. Actually, we're still back in business. It's like that lapse in caused it to go out.
Yeah.
And someone else moved in during that lapse, and it's like,
New York is, we're becoming very much like if you ever looked at like a Dubai or China or, they're far advanced, I think.
Incredibly.
And their graphics. But everything's a graphic.
I love
that's
the cool.
What's happening.
I love the cool. Like I think I could be wrong about this, but I've seen them a lot in Japan primarily. Is those graphics where it's the corner of a building, and it looks like, and it's trying to.
Oh, where it like breaks away.
It's a corner piece of a building, and that corner piece is a giant LED screen, and it looks like it's like the whatever is on there is gonna jump right out at you.
Oh, I know, it's amazing.
Pretty amazing technology.
But I mean that's whatever. I remember going when I was a kid. I mean, New York was, Empire State Building, which it still is.
Yes.
Horse and buggy ride around Central Park, which you could still do.
Those are fun.
And New York was bright lights. The city that never sleeps kind of thing. But there was no graphics. Now every building has a graphic.
Bright, blinding lights everywhere.
Do you remember when we went and we stayed over with Patty and Jillian, and I got the room looking over where the ball dropped? How bright it was when I opened
blinding.
the ball.
Let me just get some light.
I was like, holy smokes. No wonder why that curtain's so heavy. Freaking
What advertisement am I going to see? Yes. That's all it is. Yes.
Hey, I'm curious to know if there's anybody that knows. I'm going to look into all this shit. I mean, it's certainly, but if somebody knows anything about, any agencies within the area, because, I want to go with somebody that's kind of reputable that can find like some kind of, I just want to do commercials. This kid, he's an actor from way back, so he could do everything. He could do commercial. He can, he can remember lines upon lines. I used to be like that. I cannot remember lines, but have me remember an 80s song.
I think it comes a lot from, I remember when I was a lot younger and I did theater, I was one of the people who would know entire shows front to back, solely because, and everyone would be like, how did you remember that? And it's like, well, when you're just kind of bored and you don't want to sit backstage doing nothing, sometimes you just kind of stand off to the side in the wings. Not in the way of actors who are coming and going.
No, I get it, yeah.
But just so you're kind of watching from off stage when you're not on.
Plus
and
you
take in the... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can learn, I came from a total different, spectrum of... I didn't have to memorize lines. Like I said, we knew words to every song. We would get an album, and the back of the cover would have, the hit song that you could read the lyrics or it'd be on the inlet. They'd have like a book, and we'd memorize the words as we played the album over and over and over and over and over again because we had nothing better to do. But I came from sports where you had to memorize a play or something like that, that they may have. Or
well
whatever.
More versed in a sports play than I am.
You know what I mean? But as far as, to study lines. And as you get older, like I had brain surgery, so to study lines and retain the actual, it's Forget.
I will say this, and I thought I'd share it with the live and all the viewers out there. Even though I love doing acting and I've done acting for a long time, every now and then I will have this. It doesn't matter what show or whatever is going on. A musical. Sometimes it's a musical. Sometimes it's a stage play. More so musical.
Cut
though.
Off. Come over here. I'd rather than see you.
Am I on now?
I'd rather than see you. You've got a cuter face than I do.
And it's during the dreams. It's either I can't. It's as if I've just been cast in a show and immediately it's opening night and it's like I don't know the script. I don't know what I'm supposed to say or the blocking or the lyrics or it's. So I do have dreams like that every now and again. I don't know why, but I do. And
I don't have a lot of dreams. I don't.
You hardly sleep.
Well, but I mean, I don't have it. I mean,
Energizer Bunny.
I really don't have, I don't have dreams. I look at it as, like, when I walk in the morning, I'm usually listening to some, religion, program or something that'll lift because with this shit going on, lift your spirits and what have you. I'm always doing that. So me walking and listen, I'm more of a thinking. I don't have a dream about anybody or anything. It's more of things like to create and do. That's always my visions. I kind of would like to have, I like to have a couple of dreams. Nobody ever comes to me. Not one freaking soul. I can't believe it. All the people I've lost in this world, only a few times has somebody come to me. What the hell? I mean, they must be having a hell of a time on the other side, or they just...
One can only hope.
You know what I mean?
One can only hope.
Because I don't get shit. So be lucky. Maybe it's just your young brain. You're able to have a dream.
Yeah.
And I don't. I mean, this might be a good thing,
Also, just someone who's artistic and just in the arts field. It's sometimes to the benefit and the deficit of having dreams like that, just because I'm able to more vividly come up with weirder, wilder visuals and scenarios and things like that.
Well, I think at your age, I dreamt, but now not so much. So, honestly, I think that goes, at least for me. I don't know. Somebody else could say different, but
Speaking of dreams, has anyone else? I'm sure there are plenty of people out there. Anyone who's had that experience where their dream is amazing and all these things they wanted or places they wanted to go, just like dreams are coming true in real life, and then you wake up and you're like,
the dog. Dog's
Sorry,
like, what the hell is that? His tail's gone. He's good.
Has anyone else had things like that? Because I haven't. That's the worst. It's like you wake up. And
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. Because I have the dream of how do I make that. I'm always want to make that, whatever my dream has been, I've made it come true.
Well, that's a good thing, too.
You know what I mean? Or at least I tried to make it come true. Like the Nike thing hasn't come true, but I'm just going to put it out there. What are they going to do? What the hell? I mean, I'm going to say, hey, look, I've tried. But you guys don't want to participate or at least say, hey, this lady in Connecticut has something and we can't even listen to what she has to say. I think it's BS. I've even on LinkedIn, Gary Vaynerchuk, I mean, he's got bazillions of people. I get it. It'd be like trying to get a hold of Cynthia Erivo. Like, she's going to really pick my thing. You know what I mean? But, hey, I'd be like, look, there's this lady, I could see he gets hit up by a lot of younger kids. It's kids, and if I have to hear one more time, you're young, you're young, you're young. I get it. They are young. I get it. You are young. You don't know what you're going to be or want to do until you're later in life. But hello, I'm old. I know what I want to do, and I can't get a hold of those people that can help me. So, and I've hit him up more than a dozen times. squat. I got this. You know what I mean? He's giving me one of those. Say, anyhow, I'll just keep trying.
Keep trying. Don't give up.
It's got to be somebody out there in Tinkerbell land out there.
I'm someone, if you're a follower of my, it sounds so pretentious of me to say, if you're a follower of my, it's like, but if those who follow both, if you follow my mother and you follow me as well, you probably see my Instagram stories. I usually post on my story just a lot of motivational things.
Yes, I used to do that.
And things that are like, just keep positive.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's clicking through, because, people nowadays click. They don't say to you that it's like, just grab your attention, just kind of make you cheer up.
I kind of, you know what my thing is kind of, my thing is to, and this is just my belief. Anybody can believe in whoever, in whatever, but you only go around one time. Unless you're unfortunate and you got to come back and live the lesson all over again. I think I've done that a few times. This is it for me. I'm done. I've learned my lessons and, whatever. But my thing would be, I find, like, that's awesome. I did that. I used to do that a lot too. Send out, and sometimes, great, positive vibes, just be a high vibing personality. Me, I like to do that with just people in the world, people I meet. I love meeting people, talking to people, and even those that are not so nice. Even those that are not so nice. Somebody may be going through a bad day, and they kind of, chop your head off, and you have this small little conversation with them, and then there was a guy at the freaking recycling bin. I've told the story.
Yeah,
he was a real jerk that day, right?
Yeah,
and I literally told the man off, like, and every time I go in there now, we have a conversation.
The best of friends.
Right? He's a nice guy. I mean, maybe he had a bad day. Maybe it only took me throwing the dog kennel at him. Oh, I don't know.
To clarify, she didn't throw, like,
I threw it in the bin.
In the bin on his side where he was standing.
Yeah, it didn't hit him or anything. Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Because
I want people saying,
no, I did not create any violence. I just made it a point that this is plastic and I'm throwing it in the bin to the bottom. But he's peeking through the other hole,
spying on.
Like, what is that? What are you doing? I'm like, buddy, take it easy. It's a dog kennel. It's got, plastic. I'm recycling the plastic. Well, that shouldn't be in there. Listen, you're not the owner of the freaking container. It says plastic. What is wrong with you? I said to him, what is wrong with you? And I think that's what broke him. What is wrong with you? That you're
made him
creating
reflect on
this issue.
And his behavior.
And I told him, I said straight out, I said, you know what? You're not being a very nice person, number one, and you're acting like a real a-hole. And one of the other guys that works there was like...
had to intervene.
Well, he came over to me because he knows I'm there all the time. And he's like, what happened? I said, your buddy over there is being a real jerk. I said, it's just totally unnecessary. And ever since I went, and we just went the other day, guy's been as nice as pie. Maybe he was just having a bad day.
Except for Reese. Reese was a little fresh.
Reese doesn't, we have to take him to...
Look at this face.
We have to take him to doggy school, I think. He's so darn smart. But he's very protective. As he puts it.
I know.
He's protective of me and Spence.
Just
and
inhaled.
anybody... What happened? You want my water?
I breathed in and...
he sucked up a curl. But if you go to, come towards us, he'll just growl. He isn't... But I don't want him to, he's supposed to be the emotional support dog. I'm like, when the hell did this start? It's like, how do you stop that from happening? Other than that, he's
Also, just apparently, my mother's been looking at a lot of cockapoo videos. She fell in the rabbit hole.
I did.
And
I love it.
They were showing, there was one in particular that looked just like Reese, and they said he's very sassy.
Yes.
At this age and around Reese's age, very sassy.
And Reese is very sassy at times. You know, he don't like if I'll bark at him. I'm like, listen, I'm the bigger bitch in this room. You know, I just let him know that, it's not going to happen. But yeah, no, the only thing I could say is that he has to learn to, he don't want anybody to approach us. I get it. He wants to be protective. Maybe it's the age he's at. But he don't want anybody to come anywhere near us.
The face, this is the face,
the
everybody.
Cujo.
The face of a killer.
And the guy even gave him like 2 cookies.
And
he's really nice.
And he still
growled. He said, maybe next time. I said, yeah, he's such a killer. No. You know, he's the killer of chew toys. He's very good at that. But getting back on your track, I'm very excited for your business. He has a lot of things going on. God, I wish I could get you more people to either share the content, even share the video. Yeah. Look, I know you're busy. So that his content gets out. We will be in the parade. He has the content out there. Screw these big businesses that want to take your money from you. Go to people local that even if it's just to buy bread, I don't care. Support local businesses. They need it. And in this case, same thing. Use his talents. Great for gifts. Like I said, coffee mugs, hats.
Kids
hoodies, birthdays, winter birthdays, coming to an end into spring. He's got T-shirts for adults and kids. And it supports a local business. And it's got any kid that loves a dinosaur. You're going to be hearing from Tank down the road. You are. You're going to be, and I'm going to have my moment down the road. And I keep telling Spencer this.
I know
from Pretty Woman, right? Nobody wants to give you the time of day until Julia Roberts, right, gets she got all dressed up and she looked really good, and she went into that store that didn't want to sell her anything and just looked at the lady and said, "You work on commission, right?" Big mistake. And I want that moment. Because there's a lot of people that, just could have helped just a tad and just didn't. And, my time at 61, there's been a lot of people. What am I going to do? That's behind me. I move forward and I keep mushing on.
Yeah.
But it does piss me off a little bit with this technology that, help the kid out. I mean, he's drawing as much as he could draw. I see dinosaurs all over the place. So it is a kid's.
Crazy, practically.
It is a kid's. Kids love dinosaurs.
Plus, lots of possible ventures I'd love to get into down the road. One, namely, being I'd love to bring Tank to the plush world, because I think that would really sell well with a lot of people, because who doesn't love stuffed animals? Well, a lot of people love stuffed animals.
I said that as well, and I think as a plushie, right?
Yes.
As a regular size plushie, whatever size that you have, as a mini plushie that maybe goes in a book, as a hand puppet.
That'd be cute,
because kids like to, to do, create their own little voices, the future voiceover kids that want to start early and create their own voiceover for their friend. A lot of kids, they still have imaginary friends.
I see a lot of, speaking of which, I see a lot of people, as someone who's a voice actor myself and have taken a fair few classes and still continuing to do so, because you never stop learning in this industry. You learn something new. When you think you got it all, you learn something new. There's so many people like, oh, well, I'm too old to do voiceover. Or I'm too young to do voiceover. It's like, you're not. No one is any of those things. There's no age to any of those things. People can do and be what they want to be.
Absolutely. I'm
They
telling
just have
you.
to put in the work.
Well,
and
the time, yes, the time on this planet's very, very limited, and no one ever knows when their number is going to be punched. I think you should, you can't say I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too whatever. I truly believe that it is, if again, I'm speaking for myself. If God wants you to have it, He'll make it happen. It's all within His timing. You just got to keep
One door closes, so another opens.
You just got to keep it moving forward. And that's that. Do you have anything else?
As Walt Disney said.
Yeah.
And also anyone who's watched Meet the Robinsons, they took it from Walt Disney. One of his quotes is "Keep moving forward." Keep moving forward, which is the title of tonight's live.
Not
Great way to
exactly.
end.
And
Keep
you know what?
moving
But I
forward.
have to say, before we end,
Yes.
really quickly,
Yes.
there's no way in hell, okay, because I'm a little bit, I was born after, obviously, Walt Disney had already started all his, but not that, far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be able to go to the park and what have you. I think if he was alive today,
Yes.
he would not like what's going on. I'm not even talking about all the DEI and all that stuff. I'm just saying the growth of certain things within the park. I don't think he would like it. Because what was, so a lot of the growth, he'd be like, well, that's kind of cool. But sometimes it's just too much. And sometimes, again, they want to gobble up the next guy and gobble up the next guy and become this big. And then before you know it, you hit ground where you are right now. And now you got to dump 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 4,000 people. It's like, he would be sick by that. He would. Because he was more of a, in the year of shaking to do the business. I don't think that's what he had wanted. But that's just my two beans.
Who's to say?
Hey,
You unfortunately
I'm hoping.
can't ask.
Hey, I'm hoping that someday the tank is just as big as a Mickey Mouse.
That'd be
Because there
pretty
you go.
cool.
And all's we can keep. I hope your mental health is good.
Yes.
Again, I'm.
Check in with your loved ones and your friends. Just take those 2 seconds.
Reach
I know. 2 seconds. You could be doing other things, and you're busy, and there's life, all that stuff. Take those 2 seconds. Just send someone a quick message. Just say hi. Just checking in. Care about you. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It makes someone's entire day.
Because it's tough times right now, and a lot of it you got to just tune out, shut off, but be aware is what I'm saying. So reach out if you're having any problems. And
hold on. I think Reese wanted to add something to that.
Did you want to add it? Go ahead. What did you want to say?
Did you have something you wanted to say, bud?
Did you want to speak? What did you want to say? Really? He's saying it's freaking hot in here. I want to go down and have a sip of water. But, it's been fun. Look for Spencer's stuff. Please reach out to him. Share the video. It's not for me. It's for him.
And don't forget, everyone, if you're just tuning in now live, or just as a friendly reminder, because it's going to come and go fast, the sale ends on the 11th. Half off everything. As my belated birthday present to all of you, half off of everything. So go check out my merch store over on Etsy. The direct link is etsy.com/shop/Tanks Terrific Threads. That's TANKS TRIFFIC THREADS. Tanks Terrific Threads.
And I think that's a great sale. I'm thinking about doing that myself on my 1-800 line.
Perfect.
Maybe I'll take off a slipper. Anywho, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Keep it moving forward.
Bye, Instagram.
Bye-bye.